Welcome back, everybody. Thought I'd give you guys a little change of scenery here today. Usually we do everything over at Lance's house. If you've been following the channel, that's generally where we work on all the cars. But today we're at my house and got the OBS here loaded up, got a bunch of trash, and we got the trailer loaded up, not for a car, but we got a project we're working on today. I don't do a lot of like come with me for my day videos, but that's kind of what we're going to do today, and then we're going to reveal the new rebuild truck for the channel. A bunch of people have been asking for updates on a couple different of the vehicles. They're actually here, that's why you don't see them on the channel, so we're gonna get into that. So here we go. We got the original garage for the channel. We do pretty much everything, like I said, over Lance's now, but this is where I did most of my videos before the Duramax. I guess we did a couple rebuilds over at Lance's, but now, I don't know, this is just kind of storage. We don't do a whole lot. So, the Blazer is still on the channel. I just haven't done really anything with it. We've just been driving it, doing a little off-roading. Yeah, there's some battle scars here and there. I got, you know, it's all rusted out on the body, so I don't really care what happens too much, but yeah, I got dents there. And then the one that really actually sucks that I didn't want to have happen is the rear window. I busted the rear window out. So, I left it open. It was hot during the summer. The AC doesn't work, and I backed up into a tree and definitely just smashed that right away. And then we had a tree also fall. Like we got caught on a vine, and then the vine ripped down the dead branch that it was attached to and dinged up the roof pretty good there. But that you saw before. We also got Brooks right here and Cash. This is not a copy of Axel. Everybody has collies in our family, and so you guys are used to seeing Axel. This is Cash and Brooks. These are actually my dogs. Axel is Lance's. Hey, buddy. And then here we got the Skeleton Sky, which I still am going to do something with. I just have not really had the chance as of yet. Roll cage is really the next step, although I probably will shoot a video coming up replacing some of the suspension components that are kind of bent on it. And we need a new set of tires because these guys are, well, they're pretty dry rotted. So, yeah, this is the Sky project. If you haven't seen it on the channel before, we will get back to this. I just don't know when. I actually have a dream for what to do with the Sky. Well, beyond like performance modifications and all that stuff, but I would love to build the cage. And I'd also love to build a ramp, kind of like they do for Razors now, up onto the back of the Duramax, and have that as its home. I haven't quite figured out exactly how we would do that yet, but it only weighs like 2,000 pounds, so it'd be fine. But I think that would look so sick going down the road with like this, with a cage and a wing on the back of it. It's parked right on the bed of the Duramax, probably like up over the roof too a little bit, but it would be pretty cool looking. Backing up holding the camera with the trailer is going to make me look real bad at backing up with a trailer. Yeah, I am. But before you can do anything when you're driving the old 454, you got to stop off at its favorite location, which is the gas station. That's what you want to see in your local gas pumps. So the reason we got the trailer hooked up and we're running around today is because I got a rental property. Just one, not some big real estate investor or anything like that. Not that glamorous, but it needs a roof, and we're gonna go pick up some metal roofing because I'm cheap. Which I know metal roofing can be more expensive, but we're going the cheapest route possible. And that way we can probably get it done in like a day. So, you know, just the life, living the dream. All right, well, we had a little change of plans. I was able to get all the lumber that we needed here, but the actual metal roofing, I'm going to have to wait on because they're going to cut it to length and everything, and they don't do it the same day. So I'll have to go back and get that at some other point. But now, let's get back to some of this car stuff. Go out, check out this new rebuild truck. Before the reveal of the new truck, I'm going to come in here and grab some tools because we're actually going to start working on it just a little bit here. Lance backed the old truck into the garage and then knocked over the shelf with a bunch of stuff on it. So we're still doing our garage cleanup phase here. So here we go. This is not the new truck, but the new truck is right. Here we go. 2018 Silverado 1500 with 38,747 miles on it. Now this ended up being a little bit rougher than we had hoped. Like every panel I think is hit on it. Starting up in the front, we got This fender real nasty here, and it's gotten into the door just a hair here, but this door is definitely salvageable, so we're gonna keep that. I haven't actually opened this door because it hits. Hood, you know, everything. We'll come around to the front because that's where most of the damage is. We even got a little roof damage up here, so I mean, they had to have hit a tree. That's all I can figure. They had to have gone through some stuff. Even got a little bit right there. So coming back through passenger door, probably going to end up getting a new one of those. The bedside is actually pretty clean on this side. The front of the bed is all pushed in. So I don't know how they did that, unless they just had a bunch of, you know, probably something heavy back here slammed whenever they hit. Tailgate has this nasty, this is not just a scratch, it's actually dented in here. So something really got into it here. And on the bedside over here, we got another pretty good sized dent, but this is salvageable because you can just push out from right here and then kind of probably some Bondo. I don't know. I don't do body work. We send that to the professionals. And then this side over here is actually looking okay. This fender almost saved. It's got one here, and one here a little bit, but I don't know. It might be salvageable, but those fenders are probably pretty cheap. And now that I'm actually looking, that door over there might not be bent, because this has a little bit, I never noticed it before. I thought it was straight down, but it actually does have a little curvature to it there. So really pretty color there, would match the Duramax pretty well. So then on the interior, like I said, not gonna open up that side, but interior is pretty much new. It's nice inside, no issues. Looks like they spilled their coffee. Every single person who's ever been in an accident has coffee when they're in their accident, and it spills across the dash. Literally, like every single car that we've ever gotten has coffee all over. So but otherwise, I mean, it's nice inside. It doesn't show really anywhere. Steering wheel actually kind of does, but the rest of it's pretty nice. Not a super high option truck, but not a complete base either. And then under the hood, we got the old 5.3. You can see our funnel. We're going to talk about that in a second and why I'm going to start tearing it apart. But she was hit hard. In here we got, I mean, you can see how far back it went. We thought that this was from an insurance company. It is a third-party seller, so it's someone who bought it from the insurance company and then listed it back on Copart, which generally means that there's probably some other issues. So we checked the oil, and it had no oil in it from the wreck. And we put oil in it, and then all that oil went over here. That was a couple days ago. We've actually had this for a couple weeks here. Been hiding it. You might have seen it in the background of a video or two. So yeah, we got lots of issues here. The oil all poured out. We did get it to start it for a second when that happened, but we turned it right off when we saw the oil coming out. And we're not 100% sure. Obviously the engine's dry, so it's going to make some noise, but it was making a little bit of noise. So there's a cut line down in here somewhere. Everything's covered with oil. So we should have one of the, you know, just a barbed fitting or something, not a permanent thing, but just some sort of fitting to put these oil lines back together tonight, and then we can fill it up with oil, make sure that our engine's good. So that's the plan, but it'll be a lot easier once we get all this stuff out because we got to do it anyways. So that's what I'm going to work on real quick here. All right, so we got a bunch of parts removed here. Obviously our radiators, everything like that are pretty much shot. The hoses were cut there. Grill. This is the front radiator support, everything, which is different than the old Chevys. It's like comes in multiple pieces, which is kind of cool. I don't know whether I like it or not, honestly, but it's got this top rail that unbolts, which if you needed to change a radiator or something, makes it really pretty easy. So that's kind of cool, a little different. Now, I haven't worked on these newer trucks much at all. Airbox, I think, is actually good. Bumper, we got a bunch of wiring that's cut and things in there. Yeah, probably not going to save that fog light. That fog light over there might be okay. And then here's the rest of the radiator support, which is still damaged here, but yeah, we'll just get probably a whole new one there. And then we got to look at the frame, which the frame actually isn't really straight. They kind of look like they're straight up front here. Obviously the bumper brackets are bent, but that's to be expected. But we got some crunches right here. And I think even this one here is a crunch too. It could just be formed that way on this side. Can't quite tell. But this side over here is definitely a little bit more than what it's supposed to be. It's actually pushed over on this side as well. And it got in, same as the F-150. I guess I didn't take this off yet, but it got into this rail as well. And then on Chevys, which Ford doesn't have it, on from like the F-150, it's like the same exact hit as the F-150. Might be a little worse though. There was a bar that went across here, just crappy metal, not nearly as thick, and that bar's not even here. So we got to patch up our oil line here. Might have to put the air box back in. I just took it out mainly because it's so much easier to work on everything behind there, because it probably won't run very well without the mass airflow sensor in. But otherwise, we're pretty much good to go. We don't have any belts on here. Noticing that right now. And trying to see anything else that's for sure broken here. I know we're going to find a bunch of other stuff. I mean, all these lines, everything's screwed up, unfortunately. But we'll do something with it. Uh-oh. Look at fancy boy Lance. What's up, Four Eyes?
Sorry.
Yeah, continuity. They don't know you wear glasses.
Yeah, different guy.
Yeah, they're not even going to know who you are. So I think I got a little bit of stuff done while you were out.
Dude, nice.
So.
Yeah. How much can you tell was, like, actually torn apart by somebody else and, like, kind of put back together?
Most of it.
Yeah, it kind of.
I mean, like, right? This stuff is. You didn't cut these, right?
I did.
Oh, you did. Oh, okay. All right. Well, then, that's not a good example. But there was some zip ties and stuff. But for the most part, it was apart at some point. Yeah. So, I mean, the belt is gone.
Yeah.
So,
well, you know,
but it could have just cut. I mean,
I pulled these off of the pulley. They were like jammed tight against the pulley.
Okay.
So I think those might have shredded the.
Oh, okay. Well, it could have just been fallen off too. But you know.
Okay.
I don't know what all, what all they did. This here is cracked, I noticed too. Okay. Just down there, but it's not too bad. You could probably just plastic weld that back together.
Nice.
So, all right, you got your piece?
I got a couple pieces here. I just got a little nylon one.
No, just one of the little barbed guys. Yep. Okay.
So I thought maybe those two could be, I thought maybe they could be like hooked together in a little V formation or something.
I see what you're saying.
Definitely put a hose clamp on first if you did. Good.
I did, man. That's not as bad as the flaring stuff. And then finding out you didn't put the fitting.
Those do bend fairly easy. Like
I see that. I got it. There. Okay. Good.
What goes on top here?
It's different. It's where? Oh, that's your
EGR.
Coolant. No, it's your
thermostat.
Yeah, it's your thermostat.
Oh, it's the housing.
Yeah, it's up here.
Okay.
It goes.
Oh, just plastic weld that.
Yeah. We rebuild our stuff back to factory. All right, so we got oil in, at least enough so it doesn't like hurt the motor. It's not full, but it's close. And the air box sort of in place there so that hopefully it doesn't run like, completely terrible. And let's see what happens. Got our base model keys.
That's a remote start.
Yeah, it does, but it's not push button.
They have that in the trucks?
I think so. I don't know.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no. What?
Now we're gonna make this happen, maybe.
Is this yours?
Yeah, this one's mine.
I thought your clamps were bad.
No, that's a different one.
Okay.
I have another one with the clamps are bad.
She engaged.
I think so.
Okay. Take two?
Yep, lights are a lot brighter in here.
That's good.
sounds all right now once you got the oil going through it. I think you're all right on that.
Yeah, you got a little red eye, by the way.
Probably in the bright lights.
That looks good. I mean, I can't say that oil will always flow the best through that little teeny coupler, but
It's at least going.
yeah, I don't see any obvious noise or leaks or anything like that.
Well, the engine runs, and that is the best news that we got. It sucks about the roof damage. Lance didn't know about that, so he's a little mad about it. But we know we'll probably still planning on rebuilding it. Probably going to look at a new frame, just buying a brand new one from GM. They're not that bad price-wise. So that's what we're thinking, but our plans change all the time. Maybe we'll just get a donor truck if we found a flooded one or something. Would work pretty good. So anyways, but that's where we're going to leave it today. Got a good start on this new rebuild, and then, I know, we still got 2 other trucks in the garage that need a whole lot of love. So we'll get there. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night.